You've been dreaming of Nashville, not just a city, the life, a little land, room to grow, real community. Then you start searching, and everyone points you to Franklin or Brentwood, the safe bets and the pricey ones. Suddenly, the numbers don't match the dream. Here's the truth. Following the herd, that's how people overpay and end up stressed out. But just beyond the spotlight, there's a place where the dream still lives. More home, more lifestyle, less compromise. It's the biggest suburb in Middle Tennessee, and no one's talking about it until now. Let's dive in. The city no one really is talking about is Murfreesboro. And let's get right into the number one reason people are looking outside of Nashville proper: the absolutely staggering cost of housing. And this is where Murfreesboro doesn't just compete, it changes the entire conversation. And when you hear that this city is more affordable, it's not just a small difference, it's a canyon. As of late 2025, the median home price in Nashville is hovering somewhere between $443,000 to $525,000, depending on the data source. If you look at a suburb like Franklin, you're often starting in the $700,000s, and that's for a starter home. It's a market that just feels defeating for so many people. Now let's look at Murfreesboro. The median home price here is landing in the much more manageable range of $420,000 to $426,000. So that gap isn't just a few $1,000s, it's the difference between being completely house poor and having actual financial breathing room. It's the difference between a starter home somewhere else and a spacious single family home with a fenced in backyard in a great Murfreesboro neighborhood. For the price of a home you have to settle for elsewhere, you can get a home that your family can actually grow into. Just think about what that does for your quality of life. Now, I'm not just speaking hypothetically here. When my family relocated to Middle Tennessee, most of them chose Murfreesboro. My parents were able to purchase a large, beautiful home, spacious lot, detached garage, and a pool for a fraction of what it would have cost just a few miles outside of Nashville. My sister and her husband were able to find a starter home, 3-bed, 2-bath, brick home with a fenced-in backyard for their dog in an amazing neighborhood, and they paid just $425,000. My aunt, uncle, and cousins live in the same community as my parents, and it's the kind of place where they can all go for evening walks. The kids ride their bikes through safe, wide streets, and everything you need is close by. And you're still just 35 to 45 minutes from downtown Nashville. The financial cushion is money for family vacations, college savings, or investing in your future, not just dumping it all into your mortgage. But it goes way beyond the purchase price. The overall cost of living in Murfreesboro is much more manageable. It's about 7% lower than the national average, which is a huge deal. Your day-to-day and monthly expenses are simply less of a burden on your wallet. Utilities and transportation costs, for example, are around 12 to 13% lower than what most Americans pay right now. So when you combine a much lower mortgage payment with these daily savings, the financial picture becomes crystal clear. You're not just buying a less expensive house, you're buying a less expensive and, frankly, less stressful way of life. And this isn't just for buyers. If you're looking to rent before you decide where to plant roots, the numbers are just as strong. While rents have gone up with its popularity, the average rent in Murfreesboro is still way more approachable than in Nashville. Depending on the size, you could be looking at a range between $1,300 and $1,600 a month for an actual home versus just a one-bedroom apartment in Nashville. This makes it the perfect place to land, get your feet on the ground, and explore the greater Nashville area without feeling like every dime is going straight to your landlord. In a region where affordability is the biggest hurdle, Murfreesboro is providing the best solution. All right, I know what you're probably thinking. More affordable means more boring, right? You assume that to save all that money, you have to give up good shopping, great restaurants, and fun things to do. Well, in Murfreesboro, that couldn't be further from the truth. This isn't just some sleepy one-stoplight town. It's a legitimate city in its own right, with a population pushing past 170,000 people as of 2025. And it has the amenities to prove it. The perfect example is the Avenue Murfreesboro. This isn't just a strip mall, it's a massive open-air lifestyle center with over 100 stores and restaurants. You've got everything from big names like H&M, Trader Joe's, Best Buy, and Dick's Sporting Goods to smaller boutiques. You can easily spend a whole day here shopping, grabbing a quick lunch, or sitting down for a nice dinner at a steakhouse. The point is, people in Murfreesboro are not driving 45 minutes to Nashville just to buy things. They have a top-notch retail destination right in their own backyard. But the real heart and soul of the city is this historic downtown square. This is where Murfreesboro's character really comes to life, centered around the beautiful, historic Rutherford County Courthouse. The square is just buzzing with local energy. It's lined with charming independent boutiques, cool antique shops, and some of the best local restaurants you'll find anywhere. You can find everything from classic Southern comfort food to really nice upscale dining. It's the kind of place you can walk around on a Saturday, pop into the coffee shop, browse a local bookstore, and just feel a real sense of community. It has that authentic, small-town American vibe, but with a surprising amount of energy. Beyond shopping and eating, Murfreesboro is loaded with things to do outside. The Stones River National Battlefield is a beautiful and historic place to walk, run, and learn about the area's incredible Civil War history. The city has a huge greenway system that follows the Stones River, giving you miles of paved trails for biking and walking away from the noise of the city. You've got fantastic parks like Barfield Crescent Park with acres of natural space, hiking trails, and even a disc golf course. And for families, the Discovery Center of Murfree Spring is an amazing children's museum. Murfreesboro proves that you can have affordability without giving up the things that make life fun and fulfilling. It's a self-sufficient city that provides for its residents, making a trip to Nashville a choice for a special night out, not a weekly requirement. For so many people that I work with, the decision on where to live comes down to one question: what about the schools? A great house at a great price doesn't mean much if it's not in a good place to raise a family. This is another area where Murfreesboro really shines. The city is the heart of Rutherford County school system, which is widely considered one of the top public school systems in the entire state. What's really impressive is the quality you'll find here. According to the state's most recent report card, more than 3/4 of Rutherford County schools earned an A or a B. In fact, 32 schools in the district earn a level 5 for academic growth, which is the highest score possible from the Tennessee Department of Education. And areas like Blackman and Siegel school zones are consistently popular with parents because of their academic performance and strong community feel. These aren't just schools, they're community hubs where Friday night football is a huge event and parents are deeply involved. Just look at Oakland High School football, a team that consistently goes to the state championship and has multiple future collegiate athletes, whether that's football, softball, basketball, or really any other sport. That focus on education and athletics creates a stable, family-first environment you can feel all over the city. Now, the educational opportunities don't stop at 12th grade. Murfreesboro is home to Middle Tennessee State University, MTSU, the second largest public university in the state of Tennessee. Now, some people hear college town and get a little bit worried, but in Murfreesboro, MTSU is a huge bonus. It brings youthful energy and tons of cultural and sporting events that the whole community can enjoy. It provides major economic stability as one of the county's biggest employers, and it offers amazing educational opportunities for residents and for their kids. The university adds a layer of vibrancy that a lot of other suburbs just don't have. This family-friendly vibe goes way beyond the classroom. Murfreesboro is a city designed for families. You see it at the giant sports complexes packed with youth soccer and baseball leagues every weekend. You see it in the city's investment in public parks and greenways. It's a place where kids can still ride their bikes down the street and you actually know your neighbors. This mix of highly rated schools, the positive influence of major university, and a deep-rooted family-focused culture makes Murfreesboro not just a place to live, but a place to put down roots. Okay, we're covering a lot, and I hope you're starting to see why I'm so high on Murfreesboro. I mean, if you're thinking, this might be the spot for me, let's take the guesswork out of it. reach out to me directly and I'll walk you through not just Murfreesboro, but the surrounding suburbs as well. I help relocation buyers move here every single week, not just in finding a house, but the right house with no surprises. So let's make sure you move with clarity and without regret. Now let's tackle the big question that's probably on your mind. What about the commute? Murfreesboro is about 35 miles southeast of downtown Nashville, and the main route connecting them is Interstate 24. And I'll be straight with you, the traffic on I-24 during peak rush hour can be tough. A typical drive can take you anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes, and there's no sugarcoating that. But if you had to put that in context, first, the commute time is the trade-off for the incredible affordability and lifestyle we've been talking about. A lot of residents find that an hour in the car is a fair price to pay for a home they love in a community that's perfect for their family. Second, Murfreesboro's location is strategic in other ways. With easy access to 840, you have a convenient loop that can get you to other key areas like Franklin or Spring Hill, sometimes letting you skip the worst of the I-24 traffic jam. But here's the most important thing about accessibility. More and more people in Murfreesboro aren't commuting to Nashville at all. And that's because Murfreesboro isn't just a bedroom community. It has a powerful and growing economy of its own. It's a major employment center. The massive Nissan plant in nearby Smyrna is one of the biggest employers in the entire state. Amazon has a huge fulfillment center and distribution center here in Murfreesboro. The healthcare industry is booming with St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital and other medical centers employing thousands. And like we talked about, MTSU is another huge employer for the county. The chance to live and work right here in Murfreesboro is not just a dream, it's a reality for a huge part of the population, which completely erases the commute issue. That brings us to the final point, the future. Murfreesboro has been recognized as one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country. While that growth is what's causing some of the traffic headaches, it's also a sign of a healthy, thriving economy. People are moving here for a reason. This growth means new businesses, more restaurants, and better amenities that are constantly being added. And from a real estate standpoint, it means buying a home in Murfreesboro is a smart investment. You're buying into a market with proven, sustained demand. Getting into a home here now means you're setting yourself up to benefit from future appreciation as the city continues to explode. Beyond all the numbers and data, where a city really proves its worth is in how it feels to live there. This is where Murfreesboro delivers what so many people are desperately looking for, a sense of community and the luxury of space. Despite its size and rapid growth, Murfreesboro has somehow held on to that small town feel with big city perks. This feeling comes from real, genuine connections. You see it at the Saturday morning farmers markets on the square where you can buy produce from local farmers you get to know by name. You feel it at community events like the Friday Night Live concerts downtown, to the annual Christmas tree lighting. It's woven into the fabric of high school sports where what feels like the whole town comes out to cheer on the home team. It's a place where people still make eye contact and say hello, where neighborhood block parties are a real thing and where you feel like you are part of something, not just another face in the crowd. That sense of community is made even better by the physical space the city gives you. One of the biggest complaints about the suburbs closer to Nashville is the zero lot line trend, where you can practically high-five your neighbor from your window. In Murfreesboro, your dollar goes so much further that you have way more options. You can find beautiful modern homes in new neighborhoods with resort-style pools and clubhouses. You can also find charming historic homes with tons of character near the downtown square. Or you can find properties on the edge of the city with half-acre or even full-acre lots, giving you room to breathe, plant a garden, and let your kids and dogs run wild. That feeling of openness and privacy combined with a strong neighborhood spirit is a quality of life booster that you can't put a price on. It's the perfect cure for the cramped, hectic lifestyle so many are trying to leave behind. Look, no place is perfect, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I only showed you the highlight reel. You need to know the downsides to make a good, informed decision. And as I said before, the number one complaint that you'll hear about Murfreesboro is the traffic, specifically on I-24 heading into Nashville. It's real, and if your job requires you to be downtown at 8 a.m. sharp every single day. You need to go into that with your eyes wide open and potentially consider a home in North Murfreesboro if you want to cut some time out of your drive. The second thing some people bring up is the college town factor. With MTSU right in the heart of the city, there are certain areas, especially with rental properties, that have a lot of students. For some, that can mean more noise or a more transient feel in those specific neighborhoods. But as I argued, the university's overall impact is a huge net positive for the city's economy and culture. And it's very easy to find quiet, family-focused neighborhoods that are completely separate from the student housing scene. These cons are legitimate, but for most people, they're pretty manageable trade-offs for all the incredible positives the city has to offer. So let's wrap this up. When you look at the whole picture, the argument for Murfreesboro is overwhelming. You have a city that directly solves the biggest problem for people moving to the Nashville area: affordability. You get way more home for your money and a lower cost of living, which means less financial stress and more freedom. But, and this is key, you do this without giving up the things that make life great. You have a fun, vibrant lifestyle with great shopping and dining, a strong foundation for families with fantastic schools, a powerful local economy that makes a commute optional for many, and a sense of space and community that is getting harder and harder to find nowadays. While everyone else is duking it out for overpriced homes in the trendy suburbs, Murfreesboro is sitting right here as a smart, practical, and I would argue better choice. It offers the perfect balance. It might be Nashville's best kept secret, but as its incredible growth shows, the secret is definitely getting out. It truly is the best place to be if you're looking to build a life in the Nashville area right now. Hey guys, I really hope this deep dive has been helpful for you. My passion is helping people not just find a house, but find the right community for themselves or their family. So if you're ready to take the next step and see if Murfreesboro is the right fit for you, all of my contact information is right there in the description below. Seriously, don't hesitate. Call me, text me, or shoot me an email. I would be honored to answer your questions and help you make a smart, confident move to Middle Tennessee. Thanks for spending a little time with me here in Music City. I'm Jamison Blackwell. Until next time.